Welcome back. In my last video, I talked about the common denominator of success, and it's a really important understanding. My wish is that you're already in it by a few days or maybe in a week or so, that you've already started to download this and you've already started to read this a lot. Now, in that, I hinted that there's a secret to having a consistent desire for delayed gratification, a consistent desire to foster a desire. There's a way to foster your desire for what you want, for pleasing results rather than pleasing methods. Now, that's today. I'm going to share this with you. So one, I'm just going to share you, and I want you to write this down, okay? Number one, I want you to write down there is a hierarchy, there's a flow of things that need to happen, and there are certain things that are more important and things that are less important on that list, things that you do first and focus on more and things that you focus on last or don't focus on as much to being successful. Number one, the most important, the thing that you need to spend the most time on is your why, the purpose that drives you. If you have that figured out, everything else becomes easier. Listen, if you just go, oh, this could make me a lot of money, oh, this could make me a lot of money, but really what motivates you is not money. If it's what money gives you, if it's what the freedom does in your spirit, in your soul as you're investing in people, well, guess what? That's always going to motivate you far more than money. Money's wonderful, okay? I like money. I think money is a good thing, all right? It's a wonderful tool. It brings out in us what's already there, which is why it's so beautiful. It's an honesty tester, an integrity tester, okay? Having said that, I don't love money for money's sake. I love money for what it provides my family, for what it provides my community, for what it does in my own personal growth and in how other people grow around me because of it, all right? So, number one thing you need to pay attention to and focus on, and this is the focus of today's chat, is focus on your why, focus on the purpose, focus on what drives you. If you figured that out, everything else falls into place. Now, number two, after you figured out your why, and listen, this takes some people months and years to figure out. It took me years to figure out, all right? Now, I had a basic idea of it, but I've always been tweaking it. I keep going back to it. I still go back to it often, just to understand it a little bit more. Now, number two is that now you can discover what your goals are, okay? And you can write down, you can plan out your goals, specific, measurable goals that grow you, that force you to grow, that push you, all right? So number one, you need to understand your why. After you understand your why, then you can develop goals that are in alignment with those purposes, that why, what drives you. And now you're gonna live with consistency in your life. All right. It's difficult to describe these things in a few short words. But when your why is like your values. A lot of it has to do with your values. And when you have your values in alignment with who you are, and you're going, oh yeah, these are my values, and I'm going to chase them. That becomes your goals. This is what I'm going to do. These are the goals that are aligned with my values. Thirdly, number three. So the thing that's not as important as goals, not as important as your why, is your plan. Now, this is going to start sounding weird to you because where do most people start? They start with a plan. Somebody comes to them and goes, hey, I've got this great idea to make money. And they say, what is it? Well, you start this and you do this. And you go, okay, well, what's your goal? Oh, I don't know. I don't have a goal. Well, why are you doing this? Well, because I want to make money. And they haven't thought about it at all. And the people who plan lots but don't have strong goals and strong whys are lost. And maybe you've been lost for a really long time. So this video is here to help you today, right now, get back on track. Or start to get back on track. Sometimes it's a little bit of a journey to get back on track, okay? Lastly, are the actions, the habits, the routine that you have that will help reach your plan. And this is how it looks. So first of all, you have what drives you. And you know what, when you understand that really well, that will motivate you on a daily basis. You'll jump out of bed and go, hey, I know I'm getting up today. I know I'm calling people. I know I'm doing these things that maybe other people don't want to do, because I'm motivated in a deeper way than other people. And then you know your goals. So your goals are clear and they help motivate you consistently because they're working towards you becoming completely you, okay? You becoming a better version of yourself, reaching all of your potential. And then you move to your plan. Now, so many people go, well, Mark, why would I work on my goal rather than my plan? Why, like before my plan? I say, because if you think about your plan, if you have a plan right away, and yet you're setting goals that are beyond who you are right now, then you'll use the same system, the same plans that you've used to get where you are right now won't get you to another place. So you've got to focus on the goal, become a new person, and as you become a new person, you'll have different plans. You have different ways to get there, and those ways will get you there. And then lastly, you have your routine. That's your morning routine. That's what time do you get up? What do you do in the morning? What do you do to encourage yourself? What do you do to remind yourself of what's important? Not the bag of chips in front of you, but you could buy 10 billion bags of chips later on if you want them, okay? Focus on what you want later on. What's the results, not the methods again, okay? That's how you set this up. Now, when that's set up, the plan becomes very easy. Once you have a strong plan, the habits become really easy because it's easy to make decisions. You just ask yourself, does this go along with my plan? Does this go along with my goals? Yes? Great. Do it. Doesn't? Forget about it. Doesn't matter. It becomes really simple, okay? It's not that simple, but it's extremely simple. All right, now, if you start in the wrong place, you are going to get sidetracked. If you start in the wrong place, if you start with your plan, if you start with your routine, this is where most people start. They go, hey, listen, it's New Year's or it's my birthday. So I am going to set a New Year's resolution and I'm going to do so many push-ups a day, or I'm going to do this exercise, or I'm going to buy this gym pass, or I'm not going to eat this, or I'm going to do whatever. That's starting in the wrong place. It's starting at the end. That's where your least amount of time and energy in your mind should be spent on. Because that will automatically happen when you have a strong why, a strong goal, and a strong plan. It'll automatically happen. You'll start doing things naturally, okay? Trust me on this. It's happened in my life. It's happened in hundreds of people around me that I've coached, all right? Now, start with what motivates you on a deeper level. This is where we're going to spend the rest of our time. So I said the number one thing is working on your why, your purpose, what drives you, what motivates you. This is how you foster that desire. Remember in the last video that I gave you, I talked about how you need to focus on the desire for pleasing results and foster that desire. This is how you foster that desire. I'm giving you the answer here. For most people, this is all you need. This is the only thing that you will need to work on. This is the simplest, easiest method that I found. This is called the why exercise. So I'm going to go through this why exercise with you, and I really encourage you to apply yourself here. You are going to be doing it in different forms. I'm going to give you some hints at this at the end of the video here. So what I want you to start off with is simply an understanding of what the why is. What you're trying to do with the why exercise is you're trying to get at your emotions. You're trying to get at those deeper things that push you, that motivate you, that keep you going in the direction that you want to go in. All right. And the way you start this, the best way to start this is simply by asking yourself why you're doing what you're doing. So ask yourself why you want real estate. Ask yourself why you want business. Why you want network marketing. Whatever you're in right now. And it doesn't have to be only real estate. Even if you are interested in real estate, it can be whatever you are involved in. And what you will find is if there is zero emotion tied to it, maybe you need to switch into something else. Maybe it's a different form of that. All right. But if it's something you really want, you can legitimately ask yourself these questions and you'll discover so much about yourself. So let's start off with the first question. The first question is why, and I'll use real estate as an example, why real estate? Now I can tell you that most of my clients, most of the people I've worked with will give the answer of, well, it gives me more money. That's not a motivating answer. Listen, some people say they're motivated by money. Nobody's motivated by money. People are motivated by what money gives them, what they believe money will give them, prestige, power, stuff, material goods, freedom, whatever it is. But it's never just about money. So if you get the answer of money, now you have to ask yourself the question the second time. Why do I want money? Why money? Now, after these first two questions, typically people are going to start to go a little bit deeper. So the first two questions take you 10 seconds? But after you ask those first two questions, each question is going to take a longer time to answer. Because why money? Well, this could be a lot of different things, and it's going to be different for everybody. My guess for most people is that it's now about freedom. Now, it might be freedom for yourself, it might be freedom for your children, it might be freedom for your community, it might be freedom for your dad that's sick, or your aunt that's sick, or whatever it is, okay? But what you need to do is, again, make sure that now, after these first two questions, you're starting to go deeper. Don't settle for easy answers. If you start finding you go kind of in a circle and just get the same answers over and over again, then you're not going deep enough. Ask yourself a different question. Now, the one good way to do this is to go to my website, markfrentz.com. And on the front page there, you're going to see 3 pictures. And one of those pictures is going to be kind of a beautiful landscape, and it's going to say, Discovering My Why. Just click on that picture, and this will run you through the exercise. All right. But what I'm doing is giving you hints right now on how to help you with that. So that's going to be some of the homework is to go to, or the action step is to go to my webpage and just download that why exercise. Listen, if that doesn't work for you, I'm really pragmatic. If that doesn't work for you, that's fine. Find another website. Find someone, ask somebody else. There are books written about this, okay? But this starts, and this exercise that I offer is the simplest to get into this, and it's also for almost everybody all you need. All you need to continue on with it. And you can keep asking yourself these questions. It'll take you wherever you need to go, okay? So first ask, why real estate? Why money? Why freedom? What does that give you? And then as you get deeper, you can ask, like, what's this emotion about? Explore the emotion. It might take you back to something in childhood. It might take you back to something that happened last week. It might be whatever. It doesn't matter where it takes you. What it's important is to connect with that emotion. Now, by the end of this exercise, I'm going to tell you 2 things. One, when you do this exercise, it should take at least 20 to 30 minutes when you're first starting to do it. Secondly, just because you need the time to go through it, okay? Secondly, when you go through it, you need to get to an emotional place. Now, the first few times you go through this, if you have really kind of shut off your emotions, you're not connected with your emotions, it's not that you don't have them, it's just that they're motivating you and you have no control over it now. They're motivating you in ways you have no clue about. So what you want to do is connect with those. And you might have to do this exercise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times before you get the hang of it. My recommendation is, at least at the beginning, do this once a week or once every couple of weeks. Because when you do it consistently, you're going to be bringing it up to your mind over and over and over again. All right? As you get better at this, you can extend that period when you go into this kind of depth about asking yourself why. I do it once every quarter, once every business quarter. I take off and on a retreat and do it myself. But I also remind myself of this why twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. And when I do that, it's putting this, think back to that first video that I gave you. It's putting that emotion, that motivating factor, but the emotion that I want, the motivation that I want to actually get to my goal, that to realize the things, to have a desire for the end results, the results that I want, rather than the methods that are convenient. Okay, this is all about delayed gratification. It's always setting yourself up. And when you've got that big picture in mind, when your why is set, then what you're going to find is that it's not going to be a big struggle to make a choice between the brownie and health, diabetes, or whatever it is, okay? It's not going to be a difficult choice anymore between making a phone call that might be uncomfortable and being comfortable. Because you know that the phone call will take you closer to your goal. This is the way people get through amazing hurdles in life, all right? Is there anything else that I wanted to talk about? So really quickly, just make sure that you're doing this consistently, because when you do it, it will help you move past the hurdles. So have you ever asked yourself, like, why do some people work so hard at something? Like, they're just motivated so much and they just never quit, and they've got all these hurdles and they keep going and going and going. This is my suggestion, and I can almost guarantee it. Those people fit into one of 2 categories. Either they are unconsciously motivated, or they're consciously motivated by things that hit them on an emotional level. So sometimes people have something to prove to somebody. Maybe it's their dad, or maybe they've got something to prove to people in their family or someone else around them, okay? Or to themselves. Sometimes people want to do it for a deeper reason because they want to help somebody else. So when I find somebody and they say, listen, I need real estate, I need to do business, because if I don't, someone in my family is going to be disabled for life, and I need to get them the surgery. Well, you know what? That's a deep why. That's an emotional why that will carry them through a lot of stuff. My kid is dying. If I don't get this, my kid's not going to live. Well, now you've hit on something emotional, okay? And that's going to carry you through a hurdle. For example, let's use that last example. If you had a strong enough why, where you go, my kid's going to depend on this for their life, Now, if you run into a great real estate deal, but you don't have the financial backing for it right now, guess what you're going to find? The financial backing. That's not a hurdle anymore. It's not a massive hurdle. Why? Because your desire for the result, for a pleasing result, is stronger than your desire for the pleasing method right now. Okay? Does this make sense? Think about this. Digest it. If you need to watch different parts of this video again, feel free to do that, okay? Now, here are the action steps. Really quickly, I'll go through these. So there's basically only one action step. What I want you to do is go to my website. You can copy and paste this why exercise, or just look through it at my website. And it's more in depth than I've gone through here, like I said before. But as you do this, I want you to practice it over and over and over again. Do it at least once a week until you come to that emotional place. Once you've come to that emotional place, then I want you to frame this and think about it, or not frame it like on your wall, but frame your mindset around this and go, this is why I do things. This is why I wake up in the morning. This is why I'm going to push through hurdles. This is why I'm going to do what I need to get the pleasing results that I want, rather than just the pleasing methods. Again, football or whatever it is. When you do this, here's a strange thing. It's not so important what motivates you as much as that you simply understand it. If you understand what motivates you, you can use it to your advantage. If you don't understand what motivates you, you're not able to use it to your advantage. It's not a tool for you. It doesn't matter what it is. Yeah. So within reason, okay? Most people I know are not motivated by, I don't know, revenge, so they're going to kill people. That's not been my experience. I've worked with a pretty rough crowd at different times in my life, okay, and different times in my professional experiences in coaching people and challenging them and seeing change in their lives. And typically, even with really rough people, they're not motivated by revenge to kill people. So I'm not worried about saying this to you, okay? It doesn't matter what your motivation is. Simply understand it better, connect with it, and be motivated by it to push yourself forward, okay?